Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm back today for my February favourites and fails. This month was very short, so I'm only going to mention a few products. Also, I think because my sort of quarterly project pan is finishing in a month, I've sort of been knuckling down and really trying to finish some products. So there's not much new that I've been really playing with. There's only a few things. The things that I'm mentioning are good and I love them, but it's not a whole heap of favourites and fails this month. It's just a little capsule collection. So let's talk about it. So by far, one of my favourite products of the month is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Now I am wearing this today. I went out and had a coffee with a friend. I did my makeup probably a good 5 hours ago. I have not touched it up at all. And even though I'm looking a little bit scraggly because I wasn't expecting to film today and this is just my going out having a coffee makeup, I think this makeup has held up really well and this foundation consistently impresses me. So this foundation is designed to be a dewier finish, but I find that if you powder it quite well, it lasts really beautifully on oily skin. And I find it gives a little bit of a glow, but the oils don't break through too much, the foundation doesn't break down, and that sort of slightly glowy finish really looks very natural, very beautiful, doesn't look too oily or greasy, but it also doesn't look too matte and cakey like a lot of other matte foundations might. So I'm really impressed by this. I really like it. The shade that I am currently using is 203. In Australia there's only 6 shades and they're very, the shade range is horrible, but if you can find a shade you like, or if you're a little bit deeper and you can color match online, there are I think 12 shades from the US. So if you can pick one up, they're very good. If you are worried about it because you've got oily skin, don't be worried. Just make sure you do set it very well and it will maintain that sort of set finish throughout the day. It's gorgeous. I love it. Whenever I wear it, I'm always impressed by it. One thing I have noticed by this particular one, and I have tried a lighter shade as well. It's a little bit too light for me. I noticed that when I do apply this, for some reason, this is the only problem with it besides the shade range, I've noticed that there are little like pigment dots, like little light powdery white dots, that when I kind of sponge it on or put it on with a brush, it might leave a little, it's almost as though there's an ingredient in here that hasn't been mixed properly, and even if I shake it really well, there's these little sort of like dots that may form. I did a review of this, a wear test, so you can see how it wears on my oily skin, and I'll link that down below and in the cards. That had, you could see the little white dots on my cheek. Now, if you see that happening, you can just like wipe it away when you first apply it, but just for some reason this one does it. So I don't know if that's something across all of them, but that's just something I noticed, but that's like pretty much the only downside to this foundation. I love it. Another thing that I have been loving is sort of cool toned nude lips, and what I mean by that is more like the nude that I'm wearing today, which is like a My Lips but better, but it's almost got a slight mauvey cool feel rather than a peachy or browny feel to it. So here's some examples of the shades that I've been wearing to death. These are definitely the best, well, my most used products of the month. So the one I'm wearing today is the Pixi Mattelast liquid lip. Now I did do a wear test on these. Once again, I'll link it in the description box and up in the cards. So if you want to see my wear test on this range, I didn't do a wear test of this particular one. There's 5 that I was actually sent. There's like a peachy one, a sort of dark berry, another sort of true nude, and more of a dark pink nude. And I did the wear test on the berry one so you can really see how well it lasts. These are really lovely, but my favorite shade by far is the one I'm wearing, which is matte beige. And I just think it is My Lips but better. It is perfect. And these are really comfortable, and I just find that they last really well. So this, if I want like a matte nude lip, this is the one I've been going for because the color is so spot on gorgeous. The formula is really nice. easy to apply, but the color is just gorgeous. And because I've been using the Jaclyn Hill palette as my eyeshadow, because I did the 1 month one palette with it, I've been wearing a lot of warm eyeshadows, and I find a really nice way to sort of neutralize the look is by going a true sort of almost cool tone nude to balance out that really warm eye. And this is just, it's just gorgeous. Now, if I want that same color, but I want a more creamy sort of lipstick finish and not a matte liquid lipstick finish, the one that I've been using to death is by Lorac. Unfortunately, very hard to get in Australia, but this is the shade of the highly pigmented satin lipstick, and the name is Cat Lady, which is great because I have 2 cats. I'm a bit of a cat lady, and this color is gorgeous. I have used it. You can see I've only been using it for not very long, but it is quite heavily used because it is my handbag staple. It's one of those lipsticks that you can just chuck on when you're at the lights in your car. It looks phenomenal, and it's got that same sort of tone. I will swatch this one actually. You can see how beautiful that is. So it does look quite dark on my hand, but on my lips it looks perfect. So that is the Pixi one that will go matte. And then this is the Lorac Cat Lady, which is also of a similar tone. You can see I really like that. It's not a pink toned lipstick. It's more of a mauvey, it's almost like a true nude. It doesn't lean too pink, it doesn't lean too orange, it doesn't lean too mauve. It's like a true neutral nude, and they are phenomenal. You can see I'm liking that. And then if I want a gloss, the one that I've been really enjoying is actually from Colourpop. I really like their glosses. I think I mentioned last month that I've been really enjoying their glosses, and this is the one that I've sort of been reaching for a lot this month. Same sort of cool, true nude. I can't describe it. It's like a true neutral nude, but for me, since I often go for browns, this is quite cool for me, but I would say it's neutral. Whatever. But this is in Moonchild, so it is the collaboration with Kathleen when they did like the Dream Street collab. I'll talk about that more. And this is the lip gloss. Once again, it's that same sort of tone, true nude, but these are all different finishes. You have a bold matte, you have a sort of satin, creamy sort of easy to wear, easy to apply, and then you have a gloss. So those are my most used lip products of the month. I love them. I keep reaching for them. They're so flattering. They are definitely my lips but better, and you can kind of use a combination of all 3. They're gorgeous. Then if I'm going for a more colourful lip, slightly less my lips but better true nude, I have been reaching for this Dream Team Trio from Colourpop, which is the Kathleen collab. It's the one that's got that lip gloss that I just showed, so that one there. It comes in that, or you can buy it separately. But I've been loving the other 2 shades that come in that trio as well. So you have one, both of these are ultra satin lips. So they're long wear lipsticks, but they're not as dry as the matte ones. They give a similar effect on the lips, but they're not as dry and like powdery. And one that I really like is this nude. It's very different from these ones that I've been wearing a lot, but I really love this color because it's quite unique. So I did do a review of these, and I'll link it in the cards in the description box. Any product I mention, I'll list in the description box, and if I've done a corresponding video, I'll link that as well. But this one is more of a bold lip, so it's more of a statement lip. It is sort of darker and sort of more red or peachy. So if you like a mid-toned, darker nude lip, but you're sick of the really pink ones or the really brown ones, and you want something a little bit more verging on terracotta, but toned down so it's like a nude lip, this one's gorgeous. I don't wear it as much as the top 3 because I've just been going for that really nude lip, but it's a really unique color, and I love having it in my collection. If I'm wearing a bold lip, which I have done on numerous occasions whenever I go out, I might go a really basic eye because I've sort of been paring back yet again the eyeliner and the sort of bold eyes. I kind of wear this color a lot. It sort of makes a more statement lip with a pared back eye, and I love this. This is the color I've been wearing a lot this month if I want a bold color. So it is a true orange tone red. I love orange tone reds. I think they're great, but this is right on the cusp of, if it was a little bit more orange, it would be a true orange. If it was a little bit more red, it'd be a true red, but it's like smack bang in the middle. So it's very, very bright, very, very vibrant. But on the lips, it looks like a really bright, beautiful red. If it was more orange, you can make your teeth look yellow, whereas this is gorgeous. So if I want a statement lip, I've been going for this one. If I want a statement nude, like it's a little bit darker, I've been going for that one. But yeah, those are the lip colors I've been loving this month. All right, I've only got a few left to mention. Like I said, it's quite light this month. I've been really trying to use up products. Like I'm wearing a lot of blush today because I'm trying to use up a blush. Yeah, it's a thing. But one product that I've really been enjoying this month, it's actually this beauty sponge, and I think it's by Flower. It says Flower Cosmetics, Flower Makeup, Flower Beauty. I'm not too sure. It's Flower. It's the brand that Drew Barrymore made. They've got makeup in the US, and it is US only. So I was actually sent this from a subscriber with a nice care package of some other like Wet n Wild products that I really like. But this sponge is fab. So at the moment it's damp, so it's looking quite big, but it is so squishy. It is like no other. I have never had a sponge that is this squishy. When you wash it, you almost worry that it's going to break apart. It doesn't, but it is super soft, beautiful to apply makeup, and it's very big as well, so you can cover a big surface area. I've been really enjoying this, and I've been reaching for this over the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, over Beauty Blender. I just think it's a really soft, beautiful sponge. So if you're in the US and you can pick that up, or if you're visiting the US, I would highly recommend picking up a few of these, because I hear they're affordable, and they're very nice to use. Alright, so I was going to mention my Pixi Glow Mist, but then I realised I mentioned that last month. I've still been loving that. So the last thing I'm going to mention as a favourite, I've just pulled out, I've had this for a long time, and I was sort of cleaning out some drawers, and I found this Harvest Garden. It's an Australian brand. It's made in New South Wales. It's the Peppermint Lip Balm. I really have been enjoying this. It's got shea butter. Oh my god, it's so pepperminty. Not so pepperminty that it's like burning your eyes or doing anything like that, but I've been loving this as just a basic lip balm. So yeah, I've just had this near my computer, and if I've been editing and my lips are getting dry, or if I'm about to go out and wear like a liquid lipstick for a long time, or if I have been out wearing a liquid lipstick for a long time and it's sort of drying, I will just put this on, and it's really good. And I love the peppermint smell. It just feels really kind of refreshing and nice. Yeah, I kind of put this on as a first step when I'm about to get ready, and then when I finish my makeup, I'll wipe it off and put like a lipstick on just to keep my lips kind of hydrated. And so if you're into like a natural brand, so this is all like natural ingredients, I do recommend checking out Harvest Garden and seeing where their stockists are, or buy it online. But this contains shea butter, sweet almond and macadamia oils. So it is very, very sort of nourishing, but I love the peppermint sort of scent. My cat loves it too. Whenever he finds it on my desk, he always tries to like open it because he loves peppermint, but that's just something really basic that I've just been enjoying using. I also want to give an honorable mention. This is not in my favorites because I haven't actually used them too often, but my friend Jacob started a lash brand, and he's created these gorgeous lashes. There's 5 styles available, and they're really kind of, most of them are very bold. So if you like a really intense lash, like look at that one, like that is intense. I'm personally not super comfortable wearing lashes that are this extreme, but if I was, dressing up or something, I definitely would. There is also a beautiful natural looking pair. It's probably more up my alley. This one's called Stephanie. So you can see that that's more natural. But the reason I'm mentioning these, not only is my friend got a brand that's really cool, I'll show you the ones that I have been wearing lately. So this is Stella, and you can see it's more of a pieced kind of choppy one that I really like. And I've cut mine in half, and I'll just put half a lash on the outer corner just to get that sort of look. So this is probably the most extreme that I'm sort of comfortable going when I'm filming or just on a daily basis. But the reason I wanted to mention these is because they're really, really good quality. So these there's two things that I really like about this. So I'll just pull out one full band so you don't see the half that I created. But these are faux mink, so they're 3D faux mink. They're not real mink. They're cruelty free, and you can use them up. They say up to 15 applications, but you can actually use them more, and I would use them more. But what I love about them, two things. So they do have a black band, and usually black bands kind of concern me because they often are really stiff. These are not stiff. These are super, super flexible lashes. I'll zoom in, hang on. All right, so that's one lash there, and you can see that these are super flexible. So the band is not stiff at all, and you can also see that they're double stacked. So if you like a really, really fluffy lash, you can see that there's 2 layers of lashes on there. Hopefully you can see on the side that they've got 2 layers of lashes to make them very, very fluttery. So they're very kind of intense and fluffy, but they're also really easy to mold to the eye, which is great. Look how flexible they are. So yeah, the only reason why I mention these as like an honorable mention is because they're very good quality, and I think he's done a really great job with the lashes. I'm also very proud of my friend, but I haven't actually worn all the lashes, and some of them for me are a little bit intense just for like an everyday kind of thing. So I'm holding on to these for like occasions where it's a bit more suitable. So yeah, I haven't worn them heaps of times this month, but I really appreciate the quality. All right, so one fail that I've got this month, I've only got one, I think, thank God, is actually the palette from Colourpop and Kathleen Lights. This is the Dream Street palette that sort of came out with that trio of lip products that I really liked. If you saw my review of this, you'll understand why I didn't love it. I love the colours. I think the colours are really, really great. So you have a mix of warms, you have a mix of sort of bronzers, mattes, shimmers. There's these beautiful 2 like dark teal shades, one sort of like a metallic peacock and one a matte. You've also got this light sort of silvery green, which is really interesting. But I really struggled with this. I don't know if you can see the pan, but it's just covered in product because these are very, very powdery. I also found that some of these shades, particularly these 3 shades here, were quite reasonably pigmented, but other ones were really horrible. Like these colors up there didn't do much. I found this brown did not translate on the eye at all. You'd pick it up with a brush and it would just like disappear, or wouldn't even transfer on the eye. I also found these sort of metallic shades didn't pick, like you pick them up on the brush, but then they get stuck in the brush hairs and they don't go on the eye. So I found this to be a real struggle to use, fallout galore, even though I love the colors. And I would reach for this palette just for the 2 turquoises and these 2 dark sort of warm matte shades. I don't think that's enough for this palette to be special or for me to recommend it. And when I did do a look using it, I found the thing that made the look come together was the gel liner I used, because that added a pop of teal. Sometimes these teals, even though they are nice, they sort of diffuse away to a like more, I'd say, grey colour rather than an intense teal colour. And I just found that the formula was very hard to work with. Normally I might give myself 5 minutes to put my eyeshadow on. I figure if you use a nice metallic, you put it all over the lid, blend it out, might accent it with something. It will only take me 5 minutes to apply all my eyeshadow. I think when I was doing the look with this, it took me about half an hour, and I don't have time for that. You can eventually make it work, but it takes a lot of building up, a lot of applying product with your finger. It's just not the best. And even though Colourpop's very affordable, I was very disappointed in the quality of this palette. So I love the colours, I just don't love the formula. So yeah, I much prefer the lip trio to this. And the lip trio just fell on the ground. All right, guys, that was kind of boring, but they were my favourites and fails for February. Get it out. Yeah, there are some good products in here that I highly, highly recommend. These 3 lip colours, perfection. They look so good, and they would suit a lot of skin tones. They work really, really well. The foundation, if you're after a dewy foundation, but that doesn't break down really fast on oily skin and can last a very long time. This is very, very good. It's fast becoming holy grail foundation for me, and it's a really nice alternative to a really budge-proof matte that can look quite cakey, can quite emphasize skin texture and fine lines. I find this looks a lot more flawless, even though you do get the coverage and the longevity. So like I said before, if you missed anything, I'll list everything and I'll link stuff in the description box. So if you want to see these products or the reviews I did, check out the description box, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.